you guys can hear me. Yes, you guys can hear me. I see this. Let me stop it. Stop it. All right, you guys can hear me. I know this. So let me start this and I'll send my song list so you guys can choose whatever you guys want to hear and let me know. I'll start with the song. I'll start with the song that I like very much. Until I know what you guys want to hear, okay? Let's do this. So long I don't do this song. Never know how much I want you, but never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning. Fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever. There is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing. Fever started long ago. Romeo loved Juliet. Juliet, she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, Julie, baby, you're my flame, now give us fever. When we kiss it, fever with a flaming youth. Fever, I'm on fire, fever, yeah, burn for soon. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you dare, he gives me fever. With his kisses, fever when he holds me tight, fever. I'm his missus, Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you listen to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever. Be Fahrenheit or centigrade, they give you fever. When you kiss them, fever. If you leave and learn, fever. Till you sizzle, what a lovely way to burn. 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 Hey guys! This is my first time here at, I don't know how if you say Kitely or Kitely. Someone let me know how to pronounce this. You know, English is not my language, and sometimes I get in trouble. So I sent my song list. I don't know if you guys hear me. Do you guys hear me? Stop coughing. Okay, kitely. All right, like a kite. So, see? I'm in trouble every time I have to speak. Good. So I've just sent out my song list to everybody. So choose whatever you guys want to hear and let me know. I have a request that Mike chose a song, and Mike, I learned the song for you. So let's see how it goes, okay? Let me see. Let's see if I don't. I hope I don't screw it. But let's try. Mike, this is your song. This is my favorite of David Bowie. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown in the zone. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made a grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Go up. Oh my God, I lost it. I'm feeling very still, and I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. To Major Tom, your circuits, then there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I sitting in a tin can, far above the moon? Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Isn't it a cool song?
I like it.
All right. I'm moving funny. I decided I'm not playing the guitar, so I decided to dance, and I found the dance. So that's some days connection are just so bad, right? And things don't rest for me right away. Just I don't know. This song is Atlanta rhythm section, and I just adore it. This rhythm, and I know I like R&B very much, as I like jazz and things, and old rock. So whatever you guys want to hear, just send me a request. There are songs in that song list in Portuguese, Spanish, and English, so you can choose. Choose a song. I'm waiting for your requests. Let's see.
Shake it.
In the cool of the evening, when everything is getting kind of groovy, I call you up and ask you if you'd like to go to see a movie. First you say no, you've got some plans for the night, and then you stop and say alright. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. You always keep me guessing, I never seem to know what you were thinking. And if some fellow looks at you, it's for sure your little wife will be there winking. I got confused, cause I don't know where I stand. And then you smile and hold my hand. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky. If you decide someday to stop the little game that you were playing, I'm gonna tell you all that's my heart been dying to be saying. Just like a ghost, you've been haunting my dreams, so I'll propose on Halloween. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Aha, that's a good song. Hey Rob and Selby and Ramesh and Cam and Brian and Mike and Kat and Shana and Jason. Tip your friends in. This place is cool. Oh, and Wander and Lorelei, yeah. Tip your friends in. Show love to the venue, don't forget it. Don't tip me, tip the venue.
They are paying me already. So, and let's try to do a cool song. If you guys please help me, if you will, just send me songs, okay? This is a very good song. I love this tune. It's John Lennon's Jealous Guy.
I was dreaming of the past, and my heart was beating fast. I began to lose control. I began to lose control. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh my, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I was feeling insecure. You might not love me anymore. I was shivering inside. I was shivering inside. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh my, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh my, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I was trying to catch your eyes. I thought that you were trying to hide. I was swallowing my pain. I was swallowing my pain. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh my, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. Watch out, jealous guy. Look out, baby. Jealous guy.
Jealous guy. Yes, jealous guy.
Hui. All right. Let me do something so I don't put you guys to sleep, because nobody wants to sleep. Let me see. There is a song. Oh, this is such a good song. It's a no tune, but I love the 80s
in the 70s so bad that this song, it's part of my life. It brings me memories.
On a morning from a bookout movie, in a country where they turn back time, you go strolling through the crowd like it's a lorry contemplating a crime. She comes out of the sun in a silk dress, running like a color water in the rain. Don't bother asking for explanation. She just tell you that she came from the year of the cat. She doesn't give you time for questions as she locks up your arm in hers, and you follow till your sense of which direction completely disappears. By the blue tower near the market stalls, there's a hidden door she leads you to. These days she says, I feel my life just like a river running through the year of the cat. Well, she looks at you so coolly, and her eyes shine like the moon and the sea. She comes incense and patchouli, so you take her to find what's waiting inside the year of the cat. And you still with her, and the bus and the tourists are gone, and you've thrown away your choice and lost your ticket, so you have to stay on. But the drumbeat strains of the night remain in the rhythm of a newborn day. You know, sometime you're bound to leave me, but for now you're gonna stay in the year of the cat. The cat. All right, and this is a classic. This is Bob Seger. I like Bob Seger. I like old stuff. Old stuff, old stuff. Yes. There is a gesture that says old truck, old song, no, old trucks rock, something like that. And yes, it's true, it's true. You guys don't request songs, huh? So I guess you guys like what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Carol. Bonjour, Carol. Until you've been beside a man, you don't know what he wants. You don't know if he cries at night. You don't know if he don't. When nothing comes easy, oh, nightmares are real. Until you've been beside a man, you don't know how he feels. Once inside a woman's heart, a man must keep his head. Heaven opens up the door where angels fair to tread. Some men go crazy, some men go slow, some men go just where they want. Some men never go. Oh, blame it on me now. Ooh, shame on the moon. Everywhere is all around, comfort in a crowd, strangers' faces all around, laughing right out loud. Hey, watch where you going, step light on no toes, 'cause till you've been beside a man, you don't know who he knows. Oh, blame it on me now. Ooh, shame on the moon. Oh, blame it on me blame it on me now. You can blame it on me now. Shame, 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 shame on the moon. You can blame it on me now. Shame on the moon. Blame it on the moon. So we shame on the moon, we blame it on the moon, and now we fly to the moon. Let's do it. This is Mike's request. You guys, whatever you guys want to hear, let me know. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my life with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
go.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my life with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, 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 I love you.
All right. Since we're doing jazz, I'm going to do this song. It's one of my favorites to sing. So let's try this Ray Charles tune called Georgia. Let's go, Georgia.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. I said, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Ooh, I said just a new sweet song. It's Georgia on my mind. Oh yeah, Cat, isn't it a very nice song? I just adore this song. It's a good song to sing, to listen. It's smooth, and I like it. I like it. All right, let's try this. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm coming back, I crashed. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day's done, that's what I mean. In this old world, it's a new world, and a bold world for me. Shine, you know how I feel. Scent of a pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and that's how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. You know, Mike, I crashed and I'm back now, but I don't know where I am. I see white stuff here, but okay. Am I here with you guys? No, I'm far away. Am I far away? Mike, I see us like we are not far away. It's my viewer playing with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let me do the song. Do you guys like this jazzy mood? If you don't, just send me requests. Send me. Let's try this.
Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. When we both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We meet every day at the same cafe. 6:30, no one knows who'll be there. Holding hands, making all kinds of plans, while the jukebox plays our favorite song. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. And we both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We gotta be extra careful that we don't build our hopes up too high. And now, 'cause she's got her own obligations, and so do I. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. Well, it's time for us to be living. And it hurts so much inside. And now she'll go away, and I'll go mine. But tomorrow we'll meet the same place, same time. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We both know that is wrong. Every day at the same cafe, we got a thing going on. You know it's strong. Oh, that's a cool song, huh? Carol King. Stay in bed all morning just to pass the time. There's something wrong here, there can be no denying. One of us is changing, or maybe we just stop trying. And it's too late, baby, now it's too late. Though we really did try to make it. Something inside has died and I can't hide it. I just can't fake it. Oh, no, no. It used to be so easy living here with you. You were light and breezy and I knew just what to do. Now you look so unhappy and I feel like a fool. And it's too late, baby, now it's too late. Though we really did try to make it. Something inside has died and I can't hide it. I just can't fake it. Oh, no, no. There'll be good times again for me and you, but we just can't stay together. Don't you feel it too? Still I'm glad for what we had and how I once loved you. And it's too late, baby, now it's too late. Though we really did try to make it. Something inside has died and I can't hide it. I just can't fake it. Oh. It's too late, baby. It's too late now, darling. It's too late. This next song, the next song is a very nice song. I love the Carpenters, and this is one of my mom's favorite tunes ever. So let's try it. Talking to myself and feeling new. Sometimes I'd like to quit. Nothing ever seems to fit. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. What I've got they used to call the blues. Nothing is really wrong, feeling like I don't belong. Walking around, some kind of lonely clown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Funny, but it seems I always wind up here with you. Nice to know somebody loves me. Funny, Funny, but it seems that it's the only thing to do. Run and find the one who loves me. What I feel has come and gone before. No need to talk it out. We know what it's all about. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Funny, but it seems that it's the only thing to do. Run and find the one who loves me. What I feel has come and gone before. No need to talk it out. We know what it's all about. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Isn't it a very good song? Oh, this will be my last song, and a song that I don't do, so bear with me. I will try a song, a new song. And wait a second. And thank you guys so much for sticking to the end. And after me, there's something going on. And this is my last song. And thank you, Mike, so much for having me. Thank you. Like a flower waiting to bloom, like a light bulb in a dark room. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to come on home and turn me on. Like the desert, waiting for the rain. Like a school kid, waiting for the spring. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to come on home and turn me on. It's been so dark since you've been gone. After all, you're the one who turns me on. You're the only one who can turn me back on. Waiting for a new tune. My glass is waiting for some fresh ice cubes. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to come on home and turn me on. Turn me on. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to show love to the venue and stick to the end. My name is Agatha. I'm streaming live from Brazil, and I'm leaving here. My kisses. Bye-bye.
Traveling town, Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around. I love it, bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues in Chicago, Chicago, the town that Billy Sunday could not shut down. On a state street, that great street, I just want to stay, I just want to stay. They do things they don't do on Broadway. Say, they had the time of their life. I saw a man who danced with his wife in Chicago. 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 Free and easy town. Brassy, breezy town. Chicago. Chicago. My heels right down at Marshall Fields. Come and walk with me along the lake to the Drake. Holler and hoop all through the loop. Shout how now to Mrs. O'Leary's cow. No, she, life is peachy. Chicago, we'll meet at the pump room. Ease, to say the least, on shish kebab and breast of squab. We will feast and get free. Don't tell me sin is rampant and rife. Think of that man who danced with his wife in Chicago. For that wonderful windy
Martini in the morning.
My nizzle used to dribble down in VA.
Songs with lyrics you can understand.
What a wonderful world.
Welcome to martiniinthemorning.com.
Now that's music.
Gee, but it's tough to be broke, kid. It's not a joke, kid. It's a curse. My luck is changing. It's gotten from simply rotten to something worse. Who knows, someday I will win too. I'll begin to reach my prime. Now that I see what our end is, all I can spend is just my time. I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all those things you've always pined for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell, baby. Till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love. I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I plenty of, my baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all those things you've always pined for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell, my baby. till that lucky day. You know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love. Anything but love. Anything but love.
And ran on ahead with a single-mindedness. Harriman looked over the stubby curved lines of the ovoid body. He she was a single jet height with a fractional control keeping on her midriff. He squinted through his glasses at the veins painted in gold on the carnival red of the body. Carefree. He paid another quarter to enter the control cabin. When Harriman's eyes had adjusted to the gloom caused by the strong ray filters of the ports, he let them rest lovingly on the keys of the console and the semicircle of dials above. Each beloved gadget was in its proper place. He knew them graven in his heart. While he mused over the instrument board with the warm liquid of content soaking through his body, the pilot entered and touched his arm. Sorry, sir, we've got to cast loose for a flight now. Huh? Harriman started, then looked at the speaker. Handsome devil, with a good skull and strong shoulders, reckless eyes, a self-indulgent mouth, but a firm chin. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, Captain. It's quite all right, sir. Oh, I say, Captain, McIntyre, sir. Captain McIntyre. Tell me, could you take a passenger this trip? The old man leaned eagerly towards him. Why, yes, if you wish. Come along with me. He ushered D.D. Harriman into a shed-marked office which stood near the gate. Passenger for a check-over, Doc. Harriman looked startled, but permitted the medico to run a stethoscope over his thin chest and to strap rubber bandage around his arm. Presently he unstrapped it, glanced at McIntyre, and shook his head. No go, Doc? That's right, Captain. Harriman looked from face to face. My heart's all right. That's just a flutter, that's all. The physician's brow shot up. Is it? But it's not just your heart. At your age, bones are brittle, too brittle to risk a takeoff, sir. Sorry, sir, but the Bates County Fair Association pays the doctor here to see to it that I don't take anyone up who might be hurt by the acceleration, you see. The old man's shoulders drooped miserably. Yeah, well, I rather expected that. I'm sorry, sir. Captain McIntyre turned to go, but Harriman followed him out. Excuse me, Captain. Yes? Could you and your, engineer have dinner with me after your flight? The pilot looked at him quizzically. Well, I don't see why not, thanks. Captain McIntyre, it is difficult for me to see why anyone would quit the Earth-Moon run. Fried chicken and hot biscuits in a private dining room of the best hotel the little town of Butler afforded. 3-star Hennessy and Coronas had produced a friendly atmosphere in which 3 men could talk freely. But I didn't like it. Oh, don't give him that, Mac. You know damn well it was Rule G that got you. McIntyre's mechanic poured himself another brandy as he spoke. Captain McIntyre looked sullen. Well, what if I did take a couple of drinks? Anyhow, I could have squared that. It was the damn persnickety regulations that got me fed up. Who you to talk, you smuggler? Well, sure I smuggled. Who wouldn't with all those beautiful rocks just aching to be taken back to Earth? I had a diamond once as big as a... Yeah, but if I hadn't been caught, I'd be in Luna City tonight. And so would you drunken blaster. With boys pouring us drinks and the girls smiling and making suggestions. He put his face down and began to weep quietly. McIntyre shook him. He's drunk. Never mind, D.D. Harriman interposed a hand. Tell me, are you really satisfied not to be on the run anymore, Captain? Captain McIntyre chewed his lip. No, he's right, of course. This barnstorming isn't what it's all cracked up to be. We've been hopping junk at every pumpkin doings up and down the Mississippi Valley, sleeping in tourist camps, eating the grease burners. Half the time the sheriff has an attachment on the ship. The other half the Society for the Prevention of Something or Other gets an injunction to keep us on the ground. Oh, hell, man, it's no sort of life for a rocket man like us. Would it help any for you to get to the moon? Hell yeah. I couldn't get back on the Earth-Moon run, but if I was in Luna City, I could get a job hopping ore for the company. And they're always short of rocket pilots for that, and they wouldn't mind my record. If I kept my nose clean, they might even put me back on the run in time. Harriman fiddled with a spoon and looked up. Would you young gentlemen be open to a business proposition? Perhaps. What is it? You own the rocket ship. Your rocket ship, the Carefree? Yeah, that is. Charlie and I do. Barring a couple of liens against her, you know. What about it? Well, Captain, I want to charter her for you and Charlie to take me to the moon. Charlie sat up with a jerk. He said, Mike, he wants us to fly that old heap to the moon. McIntyre shook his head. Well, you can't do that, Mr. Harriman. That old boat's worn out. You couldn't convert to escape fuel. We don't even use standard juice in it, just gasoline and liquid air. Charlie spends all his time tinkering with her at that. She's going to blow up someday. Say, Mr. Harriman, Charlie put in. What's the matter with getting an excursion permit and going in on one of them company ships? No, son, no, the old man replied. I can't do that. You know the conditions under which the UN granted the company a monopoly on lunar exploitation. No one enters space who is not physically qualified to stand up under it. I'm fine, I tell you. The company takes full responsibility for the safety and health of all citizens beyond the stratosphere. The official reason for granting the franchise was to avoid unnecessary loss of life during the first few years of space travel. Whoa. You can't pass a physical examination, is that it? D.D. Harriman shook his head. Well, what the hell? If you can afford to hire us, why don't you just bribe yourself a brace of company docs? It's been done before. Harriman smiled ruefully. I know it has, Charlie. But it won't work for me. You see, I'm a tad too, prominent. My full name is Delos D. Harriman. What the? You're old D.D.? Oh, by hell's bells, man, you own a big slice of company yourself. You practically are the company. You ought to be able to do any damn thing you like, rules or no rules. That is not an unusual opinion, son, but it is incorrect. Rich men are not more free than other men. They are less free, a good deal less free. I tried to do what you suggest, but the other directors would not permit me. They're afraid of losing their franchise. It costs them a good deal in political contact expense to retain it as it is. Well, I'll be it. Can you tie that, Mac? A guy with him like lots of dough and he can't spend it the way he wants to. Captain McIntyre did not answer, but waited for Harriman to continue. Captain McIntyre, if you had a ship, would you take me to the moon? McIntyre rubbed his chin. Well, it's against the law. I'd make it worth your while. Sure he would, Mr. Harriman. Of course you would, Mac. Luna City, oh, baby. What do you want to go to the moon so badly for, Mr. Harriman? Captain, it's the one thing I've always really wanted to do all my life, ever since I was a young boy. I don't know whether I can explain it to you or not. You young fellas have grown up to be rocket travel the way I grew up to aviation. I'm a great deal older than you are, at least 50 years older. When I was a kid, practically nobody believed that men would ever reach the moon. You've seen rockets all your lives. You've been to the Space Flight Museum. You've seen all them ships. And the first to reach the moon got there before you were a young boy. When I was a boy, they laughed at the idea, Captain. But I believed. I read Verne and Wells and Smith and Heinlein. I believed that we could do it. I set my heart on being one of the men to walk on the surface of the moon, to see her other side, and to look back on the face of Earth hanging in the sky. I used to go without my lunches to pay my dues in the American Rocket Society because I wanted to believe that I was helping to bring the day nearer when we would reach the moon. Boys, I was already an old man when that day arrived. I've lived longer than I should, but I will not let myself die. I will not let myself die until I have set foot on the moon. Captain McIntyre stood up and put out his hand. You find a ship, Mr. Harriman, I'll drive her. Oh, boy, Mac. I told you he would, Mr. Harriman. Dee Dee Harriman mused and dozed during the half-hour run to the north into Kansas City. He dozed in the light, troubled sleep of old age. Incidents out of a long life ran through his mind in vagrant dreams. There was that time, 1910, a little boy on a warm spring night. What's that, Daddy? That's Halley's Comet, sonny. Where'd it come from? Well, I don't know, son, from way out in the sky somewhere. It's beautiful, Daddy. I want to touch it. Afraid not, son. Delos, do you mean to stand there and tell me you put your money we had saved for that house into that crazy rocket company? Now, Charlotte, please, it's not crazy. It's sound business investment. Someday soon rockets will fill the sky. Ships and trains will be obsolete. Look at what happened to the men who had the foresight to invest in Henry Ford. We've been all over this before. Charlotte, the day will come when men will rise up off the earth and visit the moon, even the planets. This is the beginning. Must you shout, Delos? I'm sorry, but, I feel a headache coming on. Please, try to be a little quiet when you come to bed. But Dee Dee Harriman had not gone to bed that night. He had sat out on the veranda all night long, watching the full moon move across the sky. There'd be devil to pay in the morning. The devil and thin-lipped silence. But Dee Dee Harriman would stick by his guns. He had given in on most things, but not on this. But the night was his. Tonight he'd be alone with his old friend. He searched her face. Where was Mare Crisium? Funny, he couldn't make it out. He used to be able to see it plainly when he was a boy. Probably needed new glasses. This constant office work wasn't good for his eyes. But he didn't need to see. He knew where they all were. Crisium, Mare Ficenturatus, Mare Tranquillitas. That one had a satisfying role. The Apennines, the Carpathians, old Tycho with its mysterious rays. 240,000 miles, 10 times around the earth. Surely men could bridge a little gap like that. Why, he could almost reach out and touch it, nodding there behind the elm trees. Not that he could help. He hadn't the education. Son, I want to have a little serious talk with you. Yes, Mother? I know you had hoped to go to college next year. Hoped? Hoped. He had lived for it. The University of Chicago to study under Moulton, then on to the Yerkes Observatory to work under the eye of Dr. Frost himself. And son, I had hoped for that for you too. But with your father gone and the girls growing up, Delos, it's harder to make ends meet. You've been a good boy. You've worked hard to help out. I know you'll understand. Yes, Mother. Extra, extra, Stratosphere rocket reaches Paris. Read all about it. The little man in the bifocal snatched at the paper and hurried back to the office. Look at this, George. Interesting, but what of it? Can't you see the next stage is to the moon? God, you're but a sucker, Delos. The trouble with you is you read too many of those trashy magazines. I caught my boy reading one of them science fiction things last week. Stunning Stories or some such title. I dressed him down proper. Your folks should have done you the same favor. Harriman squared his narrow middle-aged shoulders. They will so reach the moon. His partner laughed. Have it your own way, Delos. If baby wants the moon, Papa bring it for him. But you stick to your discounts and commissions. That's where the money is, boy. The big car droned down the Paseo and turned off on Armour Boulevard. Old Dee Dee Harriman stirred uneasily in his sleep and muttered to himself. But Mr. Harriman, the young man with the notebook, was plainly perturbed. The old man grunted. You heard me. Sell 'em. I want every share I own realized in cash as rapidly as possible. Spaceways provisioning companies, Artemis Mines, Luna City, Recreations, a whole lot of them. It'll depress the market. You won't realize the full value of your holdings. Don't you think I know that, boy? I can afford it. What about the shares you'd earmarked for Richardson Observatory and for the Harriman scholarships? Yes. Don't sell those. Set up a trust. Should have done it long ago. Tell young Camus to draw up the papers. He knows what I want. The inter-office visor flashed into life. The gentlemen are here, Mr. Harriman. Send them in. That's all, Ashley. Get busy. Ashley went out as McIntyre and Charlie entered. Harriman got up and trotted forward to greet them. Come in, boys, come in. I'm so glad to see you. Sit down, have a cigar. Mighty pleased to see you, Mr. Harriman, acknowledged Charlie. In fact, you might say we need to see you. Oh, some trouble, gentlemen? Harriman glanced from face to face. McIntyre answered him. You still mean that about a job for us, Mr. Harriman? Mean it? Certainly I do. You boys aren't backing out on me, are you? Well, not at all. We need that job now. You see, the Carefree is lying in the middle of the Osage River with her jet split clear back to the injector. Oh, dear me, you weren't hurt, were you? No. Aside from sprains and bruises, we jumped. Charlie snorted. I caught a catfish with my bare teeth. In short order, they got down to business. Well, you two will have to buy a ship for me. I can't do it openly. My colleagues would find out what I mean to do, and they'd stop me, you see. I'll supply you with all the cash you need. You go out and locate some sort of ship that can be refitted for the trip. Work up some good story about how you're going to buy it for a Playboy as a stratosphere yacht, or that you plan to establish an Arctic-Antarctic tourist route. Anything as long as no one suspects she's being outfitted for space flight. And then after the Department of Transportation licenses for stratoflight, you move out to a piece of desert out west. I'll find a likely parcel of land, I'll buy it, and I'll join you. I'll install the escape fuel tanks, we'll change the injectors and timer and so forth, a fitter for the hop. How about it? McIntyre looked dubious. Well, it'll take a lot of doing. Charlie, do you think you can accomplish that changeover without a dockyard and shops? Me? Yeah, sure I can. With your thick-fingered help. Just give me the tools and materials I want. Don't hurry me too much. Of course, it won't be fancy. Nobody wants it fancy. I just want a ship that won't blow when I start slapping the keys. Isotope fuel is no joke. It won't blow, Mac. Yeah, that's what you said about the Carefree. And she's sitting down there with the fish. That ain't fair, Mac. I ask you, Mr. Harriman. That heap was junk and we knew it. This'll be different. We're going to spend some dough and do it right. Ain't we, Mr. Harriman? Harriman patted him on the shoulder. Certainly we are, Charlie. You can have all the money you want. That's the least of our worries. I do the salaries and bonuses I mentioned suit you. I don't want you to be short. As you know, my clients are his nearest relatives and have his interests at heart. We contend that Mr. Harriman's conduct for the past several weeks, as shown by the evidence here adduced, gives a clear indication that a mind once brilliant in the world of finance has become senile. It is therefore with the deepest regret that we pray this honorable court, if it pleases, to declare Mr. Harriman incompetent and to assign a conservator to protect his financial interests and those of his future heirs and assigns. The attorney sat down, pleased with himself. Mr. Kamens took the floor. May it please the court, if my esteemed friend is quite through, may I suggest that in his last few words he gave his entire thesis. The financial interests of future heirs and assigns. Now it is evident that the petitioners believe that my client should conduct his affairs in such a fashion as to ensure that his nieces and nephews and their spawn, their issue, will be supported in unearned luxury for the rest of their lives. My client's wife has passed on. My client has no children. It is admitted that my client has provided generously for his sisters and their children in times past, and that my client has established annuities for such near kin as are without means of support. But now, like vultures, worse than vultures, for they are not content to let him die in peace, they would prevent my client from enjoying his wealth in whatever manner best suits him for the few remaining years of his life. It is true that Mr. Harriman has sold his holdings. Is it strange that an elderly man should wish to retire? Is it true? It is true that he has. It is true that he has suffered some paper losses in liquidation. The value of such a thing that will bring. He was retiring and demanded cash. Is there anything strange about that? It is admitted that he refused to discuss his actions with his soul-loving kinfolk. What law or principle requires a man to consult with his nephews on anything? Therefore, we pray that this court will confirm my client in his right to do what he likes with his own, deny this petition, and send these meddlers about their business. The judge took off his spectacles and polished them thoughtfully. Mr. Kamens, this court has a high regard for individual liberty, as you have. And you may rest assured that any action taken will be solely in the interests of your client. Nevertheless, men do grow old. Men do become senile, and in such cases must be protected. I shall take this matter under advisement till tomorrow. Court is adjourned. From the Kansas City Star. Eccentric millionaire disappears. He failed to appear for the adjourned hearing. The bailiffs returned for a search of places usually frequented by D.D. Harriman with a report that he had not been seen since the previous day. A bench warrant under contempt proceedings has been issued, and a desert sunset is a better stimulant for the appetite than a hot dance orchestra. Charlie testified to this by polishing the last of the ham gravy with a piece of bread. Harriman handed each of the younger men cigars and took one himself. "The doctor claims that these weeds are bad for my heart condition," he remarked as he lighted it. "But I've felt so much better since I joined you boys here on the ranch that I'm inclined to doubt him." He exhaled a cloud of blue-gray smoke and resumed. "I don't think a man's health depends so much on what he does as on whether he wants to do it. Now I'm doing what I want to do, right here on this ranch, on this secluded parcel here in Kitely. This is where I want to be." "Well, that's all a man can ask of life," agreed McIntyre. How's the work look now, boys?" "My end's in pretty good shape," Charlie answered. "We finished the second pressure tests on the new tanks and the fuel lines today. The ground tests are all done except the calibration runs. These won't take long, just the 4 hours to make the runs if I don't run into some bugs. How about you, Mac?" McIntyre ticked them off on his fingers. "Food supplies and water on board, 3 vacuum suits, a spare, service kits, medical supplies. The buggy already had all the standard equipment for a strato flight. The late lunar ephemerides haven't arrived as of yet." "When do you expect them?" "Oh, any time. They should be here now. Not that it matters. This guff about how hard it is to navigate from here to the moon is hokum to impress the public. After all, you can see your destination. It's not like ocean navigation. Give me a sextant and good radar, and I'll set you down any place on the moon you like, without cracking an almanac or a star table, just from a general knowledge of the relative speeds involved." "I never mind the personal build-up, Columbus. Captain," Charlie told him. "We'll admit you can hit the floor with your hat. The general idea is you're ready to go. Now, is that right?" "That's it." "Well, that being the case, I could run those tests tonight. I'm getting jumpy. Things have been going too smoothly. If you give me a hand, we ought to be in bed by midnight." "Well, okay, when I finish this cigar." The 3 men smoked in silence for a while, each thinking about the coming trip and what it meant to him. Old Harriman tried to repress the excitement that possessed him at the prospect of immediate realization of his lifelong dream. "Mr. Harriman?" What is it, Charlie?" "How's a guy go about getting rich like you did?" "Getting rich? I can't say I never tried to get rich. I never wanted to be rich, or well-known, or anything like that." "Huh?" No. Charlie, I just wanted to live a long time and see it all happen. I wasn't unusual. There was a lot of boys like me, radio hams they were, telescope builders, airplane amateurs. We had science clubs and basement laboratories, science fiction leagues, the kind of boys who thought there was more romance in one issue of the Electrical Experimenter than all the books Dumas ever wrote. We didn't want to be one of the Horatio Alger's get-rich heroes either. We wanted to build spaceships. Well, some of us did." "Geez, Pop, you make it sound exciting." "It was exciting, Charlie." "God, this has been a wonderful romantic century for all of its bad points. It's grown more wonderful and more exciting every year. No, I didn't want to be rich. I just wanted to live long enough to see men rise up to the stars, and if God was as good to me, to go as far as the moon myself." He carefully deposited an inch of white ash in the saucer. "It's been a good life, Charlie. I haven't any complaints." Captain McIntyre pushed back his chair. "Come on, Charlie, if you're ready." They all got up. Harriman started to speak, then grabbed at his chest. His face a dead gray white. "Catch him, Mac! Where's his medicine? In his vest pocket." They eased Mr. Harriman over a couch, broke a small glass capsule and a handkerchief, held it under his nose. The volatile released by the capsule seemed to bring him a little color into his face. They did what little they could for him, then waited him for him to regain consciousness. Charlie broke the uneasy silence. "Mac, we ain't going through with this." "Why not?" It's murder, Mac. He'll never stand up under the initial acceleration, you know that. Yeah, maybe not, but it's what he wants to do. You heard him. Yeah, but Mac, we oughtn't let him do it. Why not? It's neither your business or the business of this damn paternalistic government to tell a man not to risk his life doing what he really wants to do. All the same, I don't feel right about it, Captain. He's such a swell old duck. And what do you want to do? Send him back to Kansas City so those old harpies can shut him up in a laughing academy till he dies of a broken heart? No, gosh, no, not that. Get out there. Make yourself up for those test runs. I'll be right along, Charlie. A wide-tired desert runabout rolled in the ranch yard gate next morning and stopped in front of the house. A heavy-set man with a firm but kindly face climbed out and spoke to McIntyre, who approached to meet him. You James McIntyre? Yeah, what about it? I'm the deputy federal marshal hereabouts. I got a warrant for your arrest. What's the charge? Conspiracy to violate the Space Precautionary Act. Charlie joined the pair. Hey, what's up, Mac? The deputy answered. You be Charles Cummings, I guess. Warrant here for you, too. Got one for a man named Harriman, too, and a court order to put seals on your spaceship. We've no spaceship. Where do you keep in that big shed? Strato yacht? So? Well, I'll put seals on her until a spaceship comes along. Where's Harriman? Right in there, Charlie obliged by pointing, ignoring McIntyre's scowl. The deputy turned his head. Charlie couldn't have missed the button by a fraction of an inch, for the deputy collapsed quietly to the ground. Charlie stood over him, rubbing his knuckles and mourning. Damn it to hell. That's the finger I broke playing shortstop. I'm always hurting that finger. Get Pop into the cabin, Mac cut him short, and strap him into his hammock. Aye, Skipper. They dragged the ship by tractor out of the hangar, turned, and went out the desert plain to find elbow room for takeoff. They climbed in. McIntyre saw the deputy from his starboard conning port. He was staring disconsolately after them. McIntyre fastened his safety belt, settled his corset, spoke into the engine room speaking tube. All set, Charlie. All set, Skipper. But you can't raise ship yet, Mac. She ain't named. No time for superstitions. Harriman's thin voice reached them. Call her the Lunatic. It's the only appropriate name. McIntyre settled his head in the pads, punched 2 keys and 3 more in rapid succession, and the Lunatic raised ground. How are you, Pop? Charlie searched the old man's face anxiously. Harriman licked his lips and managed to speak. Doing fine, son. Couldn't be better. The acceleration's over, but it won't be so bad from here on. I'll unstrap you so you can wiggle around a little, but I think you'd better stay in the hammock, all right, Pop? He tugged at buckles. Harriman partially repressed a groan. What is it, Pop? Nothing. Nothing at all. Just go easy on that side, right? Charlie ran his fingers over the old man's side with the sure, delicate touch of a mechanic. Huh! You ain't fooling me none, Pop. But there isn't much I can do till we ground. Charlie? Yeah, Pop? Can I move to a port? I want to watch the Earth. Ain't nothing to see yet. The ship hides it. As soon as we turn ship, I'll move you. Tell you what, I'll give you a sleepy pill and wake you when we do. No. Huh? I'll stay awake. I'll stay awake. Whatever you say, Pop. Charlie clambered the monkey fashion to the nose of the ship and anchored to the gimbals of the pilot's chair. McIntyre questioned with his eyes. Yeah, he's alive, but he's in bad shape. How bad? A couple of cracked ribs anyhow. I don't know what else. I don't know whether he'll last out the trip, Mac. His heart was pounding something awful. He'll last, Charlie. He's tough. Tough? Hell, Mac, he's delicate as a canary. I don't mean like that. He's tough way down inside where it counts. Just the same, you better settle down awful easy if you want to ground with a full complement on board. I will. I'll make one full swing around the moon and ease her in a involute approach curve. We got enough fuel, I think. They were now in a free orbit. After McIntyre turned ship, Charlie went back, unslung the hammock, and moved Harriman, hammock and all, to a side port. McIntyre steadied the ship about a transverse axis so the tail pointed toward the sun, and gave a short blast on 2 tangential jets opposed and coupled to cause the ship to spin slowly about a longitudinal axis, thereby create a slight artificial gravity. The initial weightlessness when coasting commenced had not had nodded the old man with a characteristic nausea of free flight. The pilot wished to save his passenger as much discomfort as possible. "Hey, Corwin!" But Harriman was not concerned with the condition of his stomach. There it was, all as he had imagined it so many times. The moon swung majestically past the viewport, wider than he had ever seen it in all before, all of her familiar features cameo clear. She gave way to the earth as the ship continued its slow swing, the earth itself as he had envisioned her, appearing like a noble moon, many times as wide as the moon appears to the earthbound, and more luscious, more sensually beautiful than the silver moon could be. It was sunset near the Atlantic seaboard. The line of shadow cut down the coastline of North America, slashed through Cuba, obscured all but the west coast of South America. He savored the mellow blue of the Pacific Ocean. He felt the texture of the soft green and brown of the continents. He admired the blue-white cold of the polar caps. Canada, the northern states, were obscured by a cloud, a vast low-pressure area that spread across the continent, is shown with an even more satisfactory, dazzling white than the polar caps. As the ship swung slowly around, Earth would pass from view. The stars would march across the port, the same stars he had always known, but steady, brighter, unwinking against a screen of perfect live black. Then the moon would swim into view again to claim his thoughts. Dee Dee Harriman, perhaps for the first time in his life, was serenely happy in a fashion not given to most men, even in a long lifetime. He felt as if he were every man who has ever lived, looked up at the stars and longed. As long hours came and went, he watched and dozed and dreamed. At least once he must have fallen into deep sleep, or possibly delirium, for he came to with a start, thinking that his wife Charlotte was calling to him. "Delos, Delos," a voice had said. "Come in from there, Delos. You'll catch your death of cold in that night air." Poor Charlotte. She had been a good wife to him, a good wife. He was quite sure that her only regret in dying had been her fear that he could not take proper care of himself. It had not been her fault that she had not shared his dream, his need. Charlie rigged the hammock in such a fashion that Harriman could watch from the starboard port when they swung around the far face of the moon. He picked out the landmarks familiar to him by 1,000 photographs with nostalgic pleasure, as if he were returning to his own country. McIntyre brought her slowly down as they came back around to the earthward face, prepared to land east of Mare Fincuntadas, about 10 miles from the city. It was not a bad landing, all things considered. He had to land without coaching from the ground, and he had no second pilot to watch the radar for him. In his anxiety to make it gentle, he missed his destination by some 30 miles, but he did his cold sober best. But at that, it was still bumpy. As they grounded and the pumice dust settled around them, Charlie came up to the control station. "How's our passenger?" Mac demanded. "I'll see, but I wouldn't make any bets. That landing stunk, Mac." "Damn it! I did the best I could, Charlie." "I know you did, Skipper. Forget it." But the passenger was alive and conscious, although bleeding from the nose with the pink foam on his lips. He was feebly trying to get himself out of his cocoon. They helped him, working together. "Where are the vacuum suits?" was his first remark. "Steady, Mr. Harriman. You can't go out there yet. We got to give you some first aid." Get me that suit. First aid can wait." Silently, they did as he ordered. His left leg was practically useless. They had to help him through the lock, one on each side. But with his inconsiderable mass having a lunar weight of only about 20 pounds, he was no real burden. They found a place some 50 yards from the ship where they could prop him up and get him a good look, a chunk of scoria supporting his head. McIntyre put his helmet against the old man's and spoke. "We'll leave you here to enjoy the view while we get ready for the trek into town. It's a 40-miler, pretty near. We'll have to break out spare air bottles and rations and stuff. We'll be back soon, all right?" Harriman nodded without answering, squeezed his gauntlets with a grip that was surprisingly strong. Dee Dee Harriman sat very quietly, rubbing his hands against the soil of the moon and sensing the curiously light pressure of his body against the ground. At long last, there was peace in Dee Dee Harriman's heart. His hurts had ceased to pain him. He was where he longed to be. He had followed his need. Over the western horizon hung the earth at last quarter, a green-blue giant moon. Overhead the sun shone down from a black and starry sky, and underneath the moon, the soil of the moon itself. Dee Dee Harriman was on the moon. He lay back still, while a bath of content flowed over him like a tide at flood, and soaked to his very marrow. His attention strayed momentarily, and he thought once again that his name was called. Silly, he thought. I'm getting old. My mind wanders. Back in the cabin, Charlie and Mac were rigging shoulder yokes on a stretcher. That'll do, Mac commented. We better stir Pop out. We ought to be going. Yeah, I'll get him, Charlie replied. I'll just pick him up and carry him. He don't weigh nothing. Charlie was gone longer than McIntyre expected him to be. Charlie returned alone. Mac waited for him to close the lock and swing back his helmet. Trouble, Charlie? Yeah. Never mind the stretcher, Skipper. We won't be needing it. Yeah, I mean it. Pop's done for. I did what was necessary. McIntyre bent down without a word and picked up the wide skis necessary to negotiate the powdery ash. Charlie followed his example. Then they swung the spare air bottles over their shoulders and passed out through the airlock. They didn't bother to close the outer door of the lock behind them. Under the wide and starry sky, dig my grave, let me lie. Glad did I live and gladly die, and lay me down with a will. This be the verse which you grave from me. Here he lies where he longed to be. Home is the sailor, home from the sea, and the hunter home from the hill. These lines appeared, scrawled on a shipping tag torn from a compressed air container, and pinned to the ground of the moon with a knife. There you go, Requiem. Dee Dee Harriman finally made it to the moon. So guys, thanks. This place is awesome. Both these places are awesome in tandem. Thank you for letting the Shawnee Library be a part of it. And if you've never been to the Shawnee Library, I hope you come and visit us. Look us up. Quick bit of shameless promotion, then I'll get off the stage. Reach us at the Shawnee Library .com. Thanks, guys. Fabulous setup. Mike, guys did a cool job.
Thank you, Shandon. That was fantastic. I want to thank everybody for coming. This has been a great grand opening evening. We've got a big 2x2 region here, and so everybody's welcome to take a look around. We've got some new exhibits here that don't exist in Second Life, and we are going to be putting more in. There's plenty here for more, so this is kind of what we're going to be doing with our time here. And if anybody is a fan of spaceflight and likes to build or script or whatever and would like to help out, you're welcome to join our building committee and help us with the building project. You know, you don't need to do much, but every little bit helps, and we appreciate it. So thank you very much for coming. And the donation jar is over there on the far side of the dance floor there, if you would like to support our efforts here in Kitely and in Second Life. And we have fun, look around. There's a lot of cool stuff here.